The developmental education series is about how to teach teachers to be able to be developmental education specialists. This past summer, I had the privilege of going to the Kellogg Institute in North Carolina, which is totally on developmental education, and their goal is to help us do research and find out what works in the field of developmental education and what the best practices are. And so my goal with the workshops is to bring back these best practices and help the teachers figure out ways that they can incorporate these into their classrooms, especially for the developmental education students, so that we can help them be more successful and retain them. This series of workshops would be appropriate for both full-time and part-time faculty. I often speak to faculty members and they say to me, what can I do? What can I use with my students that will really make them understand the material I'm covering, or help them to retain the information because they come back the next class period and they still don't have it, or they seem to and they've lost it. So the idea is going to be that they will have lots of techniques that will work that they can use with their students, kind of like a bag of tricks, but a bag of tricks that we have based on best practices in developmental education. The faculty will learn how to implement a real technique. For example, one of the techniques that we know that works with developmental students is to test them over a short amount of material in a short period of time. In other words, we don't give them a midterm and a final. We give them a test every week or a couple of questions every day so that we can help them retain the information and see what they should be focusing on. So one of the techniques that we would do is to talk to the teachers about how you could incorporate these career assessment or classroom assessment techniques into their classroom to build up their repertoire of things that will work for their developmental students to be more successful. One of the things that we're going to do with this workshop is we are going to plan different activities that the faculty will do. They will take a technique back to their classrooms and implement it. Then in a few weeks they will come back to us and share with us what they're seeing in terms of problems with it, or how they see it working. Do we need to tweak it? What else can we do with it? And share with each other what's beginning to work, especially if they're using the same techniques. And then at the end of the third session, we will bring back our results and we will have IR look at this and see if they can give us any direction in terms of which particular techniques were very successful, which ones retained students. And so we'll try to do a little research base at the end of this too.